Alright, I've seen a whole lot of comments from anti-gay people, and mostly, I'm sure, religious, because there's always the "you're going to hell," so that group, saying or calling gay or lesbians, or homosexual I should say, a mental disorder. Now, right away I'm sure a whole bunch of people who are gay or pro-gay are appalled by this concept, and I've seen a whole bunch of people say it's not, and such things like that, but I never see anyone give the argument, which there is. So I'm going to give the argument. First I'm going to say what a mental disorder is. A mental disorder is defined by four major aspects, and they are, interestingly enough, called the 4 Ds of mental disorder, or at least that's what my professor calls them. Distress, dysfunction, deviance, and danger. Danger holds the least yield, but it's still important. It is important to remember that these 4 Ds can either be inflicted on the person or on people around them. So either the person can be distressed or his behavior can be distressing others. Either way, they still apply. And the most important thing to realize is that these Ds have to apply directly because of what it is that is being considered the disorder. So it has to be distressful directly because you're gay, or dangerous directly because of that, and not because of other aspects or other things. It has to be very direct, and I make this point because it is very, very important. Now, let us go into the concept of gay and go over each one. Is it distressful? Yes. And no, but I think I'm going to go with yes. Though it's very socially caused distress, but technically, even in and of itself, it's not, but this is a very grey area because you have to decide where do you define the actual influence of the item as opposed to the cultural influence because of it. It's a very grey area, very hard to divide, so I'm just going to give that a yes. That yes, it is distressful, or it can be. Dysfunction, no. It is in absolutely no way dysfunctional. It has nothing of dysfunction, and I can't even pretend to find an argument countering that. Deviant, not at all in the ways that matter. Religious deviance, yes, but politically and openly and socially it is not, because it is socially acceptable to see 2 gay people. And more importantly, in the medical world and in the political world, it is socially acceptable. You cannot discriminate because of that, or you cannot alienate a people because of that. So it is not deviant, and it is not directly dangerous at all in any way. So we have 1 out of 4. It's very little. Now I would like to, just for fun's sake, move into religious zealots, mostly those who throw these accusations of mental illness with absolutely no qualification. Let's just go over the 4 Ds with them for fun. Distress, that would be a yes. Not to themselves, but to others. These people cause, and directly because of their zealous behavior, it causes distress to people which they discriminate against. Gays, whoever that bloody hell it is, people who, according to them, are unworthy of whatever rights that everybody else have because of their religion. Dysfunction. It is possible, but not definite. The possibility is, if you have to work with someone and your religion prevents you from doing so, it is dysfunctional. Let's say you had to, you were being audited or something, and the person who came over was gay, and you would not be served, or you would not have to do with this person. That is a level of dysfunction. It's preventing you from functioning like normal people would, because other people would not be affected by this. Again, I'm referring to zealots, not just regular people, zealot religious people. So it's possible. So I'll give half a point for that. Deviant, no, it is socially acceptable, though not on the high. Less socially acceptable than being gay, but it's still in that grey. Next we have danger, and that would also be a yes, because they do directly cause danger because of their religion to other people. So religious zealots have got about 2.5 points. Even let's just say 2, it's still more than gay. Gay is about 1, maybe even half a point, because the distress is in a very grey, socially created area. So 1 point versus 2 points. If you truly wanted to drag open the you again referring to the zealots, drag open the doors of mental disorder, you would fall in before we did. Either way, the reason why both of these are not disorders is one very simple thing. What do these two have absolutely in common? Deviance. They are both not considered deviant because they are socially acceptable, and that is the most important aspect of a mental disorder. I really don't mind if people argue their own things or fields in which they are familiar with, but most of these people who are throwing these claims around have absolutely no idea of what a mental disorder entails. They don't understand what it is. They don't understand that most, for example, serial killers don't fall under the logical guides of mental disorder. They fall outside of it. They don't have one of the big standing things: depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, to say another mood, a personality disorder. They don't fall into that. Many of them have minor things, but it doesn't directly cause it. For example, there are serial killers with depression, but then there are people with depression who don't kill people. So, well, that wouldn't be in a depressive episode, but you see what I'm trying to say, that mental illness does not... Most people don't understand the guidelines of what a mental illness is, and what I hate is when people throw that word when they don't understand its weight, or they don't understand what it entails. I mean, the same way I just showed more logically that these religious zealots, are more mentally ill than we are.